Hey YouTube, it's Erica, and it's Thursday, May 31st, 2012, and I'm back to record my week 4 and 5 update. So I'm sorry I didn't record last week. Busy week, busy weekend. Before I knew it, it was Tuesday, and I just decided to wait till today to record my update. So I'm going to try to not ramble. We'll see. But I have a lot to talk about. So starting out with numbers, I started my journey at 228.3 pounds. And I'm trying to think of the date that that measurement was taken. I think it was the end of March. And my surgery date was April 26, 2012, and as of surgery date, I was 215.6. And as of today, week 5, I am 189.2. So since my surgery, I've lost 26.4 pounds. Since my high weight, I've lost 39.1 pounds. Since last video, I've lost 6.8 pounds. And then so my week 4, I lost 2.2 pounds, and this past week I lost 4.6 pounds. So to quickly speak to the 2.2 pound loss in week 4, I was pretty disappointed with that. I was expecting bigger numbers at the beginning, knowing that they'd kind of slow down as I go forward in the journey. But it was that time of month, and I had a stall for about 7 days or so, and I was super disappointed. But I think it was just that time of month, and I usually gain a few pounds. So I broke through it, and now have crossed over into the 180s, which I'm thrilled about. I haven't been here for many years. I was looking at the at the past, and I think it's been like 6 years, but I don't even remember. So this is pretty cool. So overall, I'm feeling good. It's really getting a lot more fun to get dressed in the morning. I can put on the things in my closet. I'm fitting into size 14s comfortably. I don't think all pants would fit because I have big thighs and hips, and so sometimes pants fit me a little differently than dresses. But I'm just really happy with the person that's kind of emerging. And what's really interesting is, although I obviously was very, I don't want to say desperate, but very motivated to lose weight and really wanted this badly, I don't think I had a concept of who I was going to find. And so now, as I'm rediscovering a person that I haven't seen, pardon me, in some time, it's pretty amazing. And I forget, I forget that I've lost this weight, and so I pull something out of my closet and I'm like, nah, Erica, don't get your hopes up, because it's probably not going to fit, and it ends up fitting, or even being a little looser than what I would normally choose to wear, because I like things a little snug. And it's pretty awesome, so I'm very happy. Physically feeling good. I would say my fatigue level has tapered off. I'm not as tired as I was at the beginning. I think my fatigue is more related to my work stress, which I'm going to try not to talk about in this video. But otherwise, I'm not noticing anything significant to really report on. No, I mean, I haven't had any nausea. I haven't eaten anything that's given me a problem. I'm also very cautious, though. And so my food, although I'm kind of starting to move into solid foods, it's hard to get into solid foods when you have to get in a number of grams of protein, and you have to get in the water. So I tend to start my day every day with a protein shake, so 4 ounces of fat-free milk plus a scoop of protein, and that gives me 24.5 grams of protein immediately. And then from there, I almost always have fat-free cottage cheese and a few other things, and all of a sudden, before I know it, I'm at like 80-90 grams of protein usually. So protein hasn't been an issue, but if I have anything solid, like I've had chicken breast and I've had lunch meat, in each of those things I can have a small quantity, but it doesn't contain a ton of grams of protein. So, and then I have to wait, until I can eat anything again, or until I can drink. And the guidance I've been given also is that once you transition into solid foods, you want to only have 3 meals a day. So I'm like, well, shoot, if I need to get in X grams of protein, then I have to make kind of those things I consume count. So I think water is still a struggle. Protein is not a struggle, but I think transitioning to solid foods and maintaining that level of protein is a little bit of a struggle. But maybe just having 2 of those small shakes a day gets me halfway there, and maybe that's okay. And the rest is just consuming food. If that makes any sense. So water's still a struggle. I definitely have problems getting in all the water because I don't travel around with water all the time, which I thought I did, but apparently I don't. So that's hard, not gonna lie. And I don't have any suggestions on what to do other than getting a water bottle and hope that you don't set it down somewhere and walk away, because I've done that many times too. Let's see, other things. Exercise. So last Thursday, I went back to a gym that I belonged to since I moved here 3 years ago, and I haven't been back in, I want to say I can count on one hand how many times I've been there in the last 2 years. So I've been paying for a membership that I'm not using at all. And so I went back expecting the whole place to be different, but it wasn't really. But I took a kickboxing class last Thursday, and it totally kicked my butt. And I was sore Friday, definitely very sore on Saturday. It started to go on Sunday. I think by Monday I was feeling a lot better, but unable to move around. And then I went back to the class on Tuesday evening and took it again. And it was good. A different teacher too, so she did different motions and things. She had a different focus. I did not go tonight because I got a spray tan. And what I didn't realize or think about until after I was leaving, and the guy was like, "Make sure you don't work out for the next 4 hours." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, well, you don't want it to streak." I'm like, "Oh, all right." Doesn't take much to talk me out of working out, but I certainly don't want to look like a zebra. So, anyways, so I didn't go tonight, but and then when I have a busy couple weeks coming up, and so I'm not sure what I'll be doing in terms of food and exercise. When I come back I have a business trip next week, and when I come back, I think I'll be starting to get back into the master swimming group. So I'm looking forward to that, and really looking forward to what happens to my body and what happens to my weight when I'm mixing in all this exercise. So, but I'm going to take kind of slower steps getting into it. So the schedule. It's going to be tough the next couple weeks. I've got, so tomorrow my mom has a retirement party, and so my work day ends about 4:30 tomorrow, and then I drive off to the retirement party. So really stoked about the party, and then I come home that night, and then the next morning early, my boyfriend and I drive, I think, 3 hours to go to a wedding out of town in the afternoon. And then we stay up there overnight, and then we come back on Sunday. I pack my suitcase, and then I have a flight that leaves at 6 o'clock on Monday morning, and I fly to San Antonio for work for the week, which is going to be really hot. And they're business conservative, so I'm really hot and sweaty. But anyways, it's going to be fun. I've never been to San Antonio, so that's going to be cool and they're on the river walk or whatever, so I'm kind of stoked to be able to experience that. And so I'm there the whole week. And then because I fly in Monday and I don't get into their office until like 2:30 in the afternoon, I decided, hey, I'll just stay through Friday. And my boyfriend and I have a high school graduation to go to that next Saturday. So a week from this coming Saturday, we have a high school graduation to go to for his niece in Reno. So I'm like, well, shoot, if I'm going to be in San Antonio, there's no point in flying back to the Bay Area only to get back in a car and sit in a car for 4 hours, 5 hours, or whatever to get to Reno. I don't remember how long, 4 hours, 5 hours. Anyway, so I'm like, I might as well just fly to Reno. So that's what I decided to do. So I fly to Reno on Saturday the 9th, go to the high school graduation, spend the night, and then we drive back home the next day. So the next 2 weekends is going to be really full. And so I have to be prepared for how I'm going to deal with it. Luckily, I don't need a lot of food, so I mean that's good. I'll make sure I have water, and I'm going to bring protein powder with me. And I think there are these vegan jerky things called Primal something or other that are really good. I got them at Whole Foods. I used to buy them quite a bit in the past. They have like 10 grams of protein and they're like a stick. And I don't have one with me right now, and I can't put this video on pause. But anyways, so I'm thinking I'll just take a bunch of those because they're all packaged. I can just throw them in a bag, some protein powder, and maybe a few other things that I can take that are dry. But that's about it. So I'm a little nervous about the coming week, making sure I get in the exercise, that my food's on point, and that I get enough rest, because the work itself is gonna it's gonna be tough. But anyways, that's the story of my life. Let's see. So I've talked about exercise, support group, I think. Upcoming travel, transition to whole foods or solid foods. I wanted to do an update on the dress. So several videos ago, I was talking about a dress that I bought to attend the wedding this weekend, and I wanted to update that I do technically fit into it, but I don't think it quite looks good enough. It's a little bit too snug. I mean, I'm literally probably 5, 6, 7 pounds away from it looking really good, but I think it needs to flow, and it's a little bit short, so it really needs to flow so that when I sit down I'm comfortable and it doesn't just like basically, go up to my armpits because it's a little too tight and I'm trying to sit down. I don't want any fashion emergency issues where anything rips, so I'm not going to wear the dress this weekend. However, I did buy another one that's purple, and it actually looks better, I think. It's more elegant. The blue one was very pretty, but it's a little bit more of a party dress, and so the one I ended up with is a little bit more elegant. So I'm thinking I may try to do kind of a fashion show. If I can figure out how to edit videos, I may just do kind of a video fashion show of a few different things. But anyway, so that's the update on the dress. But it fits. I mean, I can zip it up, kind of no problem. I almost have a little bit, kind of a little bit more room than I would like around the chest. So I don't know if that means I'm losing weight in the girls, but whatever. So I'm happy. I mean, hopefully I'll have an occasion to wear that dress at some point, but regardless, I'm seeing very tangibly the difference. So anyway, I also wanted to do some body shots. This is a 12-minute video right now, so I may have to record another video. I think I'll do that. So body shots and body measurements at week 5. So that's about it for now. Tune in again for the next video, and hope you all are doing really well. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.